So I was always interested in sovereign technologies. So we saw a need for a DEX on Lightning, and RGB solves the problem to provide digital assets on top of Bitcoin and the Lightning networks. And one of the most needed use cases, of course, trading of these assets. So by building a DEX, we can provide users to swap seamlessly and atomically assets on top of Lightning. So I think it's something really needed for the ecosystem. And so I was really interested to be part of this solution and to get involved in solving the problem and let people trade in a sovereign way their things and their assets. So atomic swaps came from HTLC on Lightning. So Lightning payments are atomic by design, and so it is for RGB because basically it uses Lightning Network to move assets. So by using the, let's say, common technology of Lightning, we can allow users to trade seamlessly in an atomic way without trust, without custody involved assets, let's say in a good user experience, better than existing, let's say, common use case, for example, in other blockchains like in Ethereum and so on, where you need, for example, to wait some blocks in order to get a transaction confirmed. You can, for example, have problems of front running. On Lightning, you have, let's say, a better UX because payments are atomic, it comes really fast, lightning fast, and fees are also really low with respect to other protocols. So the user experience is much better, and let's say the users of RGB will benefit from using Lightning for a common language, basically. Yeah, so KaleidoSwap will help definitely the moving of liquidity of assets on top of Lightning. So it's, let's say, a new movement that is coming from, thanks to RGB and Lightning, to create a new finance. So it's called Bitcoin finance, but also Lightning finance. So you benefit from Lightning to have, and also protocols to implement assets on top of it, to create a new ecosystem, a new way to trade and to move funds on top of Lightning. So I see a future where all the finance can move directly on top of the Bitcoin protocol. So the Bitcoin protocol will definitely be more engaged. So there will be more users using the network, not only users that want to move Bitcoin as a transaction system, but also users that want to use the Bitcoin protocol and Lightning Network protocol to trade assets and to move liquidity using the technology of Bitcoin. So let's say the Lightning Finance will change the world, since it's a good protocol that not only as base use case have the payments, but also, as I said before, the trading will come on it. And so also normal Bitcoin users will benefit from this liquidity that will come from the fiat world on top of Lightning. Even if they don't care about assets or they don't care about this liquidity, they will in any case benefit from it, because a lot of more investment will come through Lightning and a lot of more liquidity will come in the Lightning channels. So users will benefit from it, and also the, let's say, the people who wants to use the assets will benefit. Yeah, sure, definitely. So right now, KaleidoSwap is released open source as a desktop application in version 0.1. We are working on a new release coming next week, where a lot of bug fixes were solved. And also one other milestone that we are working on is an SDK called Kaleido SDK that will allow wallet providers to implement using APIs a way to swap assets seamlessly and atomically directly using the market maker we provide. So basically, each wallet provider can have RGB asset swap integrated by using our SDK. So this is one of the main milestones that we are working on. And one other big thing is implementing peer-to-peer trading using a Nostr protocol. So Nostr is a good protocol to implement trading because It has low latency by design because it's using WebSocket, and it also provides an identity system where you can create more advanced use case, for example, making a reputation system for market makers. So everyone could be a market maker, and we can trade seamlessly without having a, let's say, centralized proxy server that could have a lot of the liquidity involved. You can directly trade peer-to-peer if you have a direct path between, let's say, two peers involved in the trade. So this is something we are investigating it, and it will be released in a future version of KaleidoSwap. And yeah, so these are the main milestone. And one last thing is the Kaleido proxy. So the idea here is, with the same logic of atomic payments on Lightning, we can allow interoperable swaps between other protocols. So for example, there is a Taproot Assets that now is having some traction because Tether announced that they're going to release USDT on Taproot Assets. But of course, RGB have better capabilities because it provides more advanced programmability on top of the, let's say, Bitcoin protocol. So I see a future where both Taproot Assets and the RGB are interoperable by each other, and this is possible by using basically Lightning native HTLC. So by providing Oddly invoice and proxy invoice, it's possible to have interoperable swaps between each peer. So for example, if you're a merchant and want to receive, I don't know, USDT on Taproot Assets, but I only have USDT asset, we can swap together even if you don't have a direct channel with me with that asset. Or also, for example, if you want to receive USDT, but I only have Bitcoin, by using this protocol, I can pay you in Bitcoin, you will receive USDT, and I paid in Bitcoin. So both of us are okay with the asset that we used, but we don't know what's in the background was used. So you don't know I paid in Bitcoin, and I don't know, for example, what you received. So this protocol will be integrated in our SDK, and we think that this will solve definitely the most common problem of Bitcoin wallets. So having peers agree on the asset they want to receive, or letting be so connected to each other in order to get a direct payment. So you just need, let's say, an LSP connected to both, and they can have a direct communication without, let's say, having a direct channel with the two. So that protocol will definitely improve the user experience. So it's something that we are working on.